And with more on the latest twists and turns of campaign 2016, we're joined by Washington Post political columnist Philip Bump. Philip, is this really coming to an end? I can't quite believe it.
I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll see.
There's still 3 days to go.
Ideally, yeah, right.
We heard Major talking about early voting in Ohio. We've also heard reports from other places. What is that suggesting about where this election is headed?
I would say it suggests a couple of things. The first is that we've seen very heavy turnout among Latino voters, which is, first of all, something we'd expect to see because the demographics are shifting where there are more Latino voters in the population. But secondarily, it's generally seen as a good sign for Hillary Clinton. Latino voters overwhelmingly support her. There's a huge turnout in Nevada last night, which I think happened after most East Coasters went to bed. That's something we're going to want to take a look at. John Ralston, who really knows the state well, suggests that it's going to be hard for Republicans to win simply because so many early voters came out in that state and so many of them were Latino.
We've also seen Donald Trump in recent days actually staying on message, especially in talking about trying to repeal Obamacare if he gets into office. How effective has that been?
I mean, it's very hard to say. I mean, the polls, it's hard to know what is being said and how that affects the polls, right? I mean, I think it certainly is the case that he's done a good job of not stepping on his own feet, which is what he's been doing for most of the campaign. The fact that he's doing it now is very, very helpful to his campaign. But, at this point, it's all about turnout. I don't know the extent to which any of these little nuancy things that they're saying on either side is really going to affect how votes are cast.
Millennials now match boomers as the largest share of the electorate. They turned out in droves in the primaries for Bernie Sanders. Hillary Clinton does not seem to have ignited the same kind of passion among those voters. How critical are they going to be in this election?
They're going to be pretty important. I mean, we remember 2008, how younger voters helped make a big difference for Barack Obama, but he also won by a mile, right? So younger voters are very important. She needs to turn them out. I think it's important to remember that while young voters are not enthusiastic about Hillary Clinton, they are also not enthusiastic about Donald Trump, and they tend to lean more towards not voting or third-party candidates. That's why we're seeing things like Jay-Z and Beyonce out on the campaign trail with Hillary Clinton to try and get them fired up to actually go and cast the ballot.
Surrogates like that, how effective are they?
I think it depends. I mean, again, all we're talking about is turnout. That's it, right? I mean, Beyonce is not out there making the case for Hillary Clinton's healthcare policies, right? She's there trying to get people excited about going to go vote. And so I think that it depends on who the surrogate is. For example, is Tiffany Trump going to inspire a lot of people to go to the polls if she makes an appearance in Michigan? I'm sort of skeptical of that. But then again, I don't know the extent to which people who see a concert by Jay-Z on Friday night and then go out and vote on Tuesday either.
Philip, key battleground state for each candidate.
Number one, I think, for Donald Trump right now is North Carolina. He needs to win either North Carolina or Pennsylvania. For Hillary Clinton, if she wins Florida, it's done.
Philip Bump, thank you for the very latest.
Of course.
A reminder, CBS News will have complete election coverage on Tuesday night, starting at 7 Eastern Time.